In this video we're going to check out a 3.3 Gladiator build. We'll be using traps in the build, and we'll be testing out the physical damage traps such as Bladefall and Feral Knives. We've got a 6-link tabula rasa here, so we'll be having Bladefall with trap support, increased critical strikes, cluster traps, increased critical strike support, and trap and mine damage support, so damage and critical strikes there. And in our shield we'll have our Whirling Blades, faster attacks, fortify, 1000 teeth terminal, we'll just use a standard crappy shield, Vol's Vision, helm where we have increased duration, arcane surge, added lightning, and tempest shield. So when we cast tempest shield, as you can see, we'll get our arcane surge and tempest shield. Our weapon we'll have is just a sword that gives us endurance charges. The reason why we have endurance charges is we are Gladiator build, and looking at the Gladiator build, Outmatch and Outlast, we have 10% more physical damage at maximum frenzy charges and 10% reduced physical damage while at maximum endurance charges. So let's go back to our inventory and have a look at the rest of the items we've got. We use Rallying Cry for mana regeneration and damage, the Anvil for maximum block chance and chance to block and damage reflection. We are a trap build, so reduced attack speed and cast speed does not really bother us too much. And we have 82% chance to block spells and 82% chance to block attacks when we are maxed out. And in our gloves we have the Warm Scale gauntlets, which give us rampage when we're at maximum endurance charges, so that's the reason why we'd like to generate endurance charges with this build. Our belts, you just want resistances and life. Our boots, resistances, life, movement speed, and so forth. So this is just a couple of items I put together as a build. You don't have to do these items, but essentially you want a build that has if you want to do Gladiator build with physical traps, you want to get these nodes. It gives you maximum block and spell block, and you're pretty good at decent against the bosses. 82% chance to block spells, 82% chance to block attacks. If we look at the total skill tree in general here, we pick up the block nodes, life, critical strike, trap to get the frenzy charges here, also trap to get the power charges here, critical strike over here, critical strike here, life, resistances, life, critical strike over here. That's kind of the layout of this build. You can go around the other way to get dex and that. This is just the longer way, which takes up more nodes, but I went this way to get the extra strength nodes to start off with, and it just ended up being like this in the end. So let's just test out this this build and see how it goes. Bladefall traps with max block, max spell block, max block. We'll do a tier 11 corrupted map. Also got a Ralph's Splice Globe. You could use this as well, gives you more spell damage and that if you want. I'm just going to be testing out a bit of damage reflection with our Tempest Shield and also our 1000 Teeth Veil Buckler. I'll put Hatred on, so Hatred's our only aura we'll be using with the Bladefall traps. You can see our life, when it does go down, it will go down every now and then. You'll get hit, just keep an eye on it, but it's manageable. It shouldn't just get one shot, like it shouldn't go down significantly a lot, because if we look at our block, currently we're at 80% chance to block attacks and 81% chance to block spells. It's building up. we go here. Now we've got vegan here. What we got here? We've got a rogue exile here. Alright, we'll just do the boss real quick. Where's the boss? Okay, so there's 14 monsters left, that will do. And that's pretty much a standard map with this build. So as you can see, it's a lot manageable with the block, the spell block and the block chance. If you want to do a safer build to play, the damage output is a little bit less. Once you have the all the charges up, the frenzy charges, power charges, your arcane surge, everything up, you get around about 17,000 DPS. But it's a little bit on the low side when it comes to the damage. If you want a pure damage build, then you'd have to probably go with a different type of Ascendancy. But if you're looking for something that's with more defenses, if you want that max spell block, max block build, you can go with this sort of physical damage setup with traps. And I haven't tested out the Blade Vortex yet with this sort of build, but I would say it'd be quite good as well, physical damage. And normally when I do play physical damage characters, I like to play as a Gladiator for extra defenses, and I find it quite fun to play. I know Gladiator is more for an attacking sort of character, but you can get away with just these nodes here, which just rely on purely physical damage and spell block. As you can see here, 80% increased physical damage if you've blocked a hit from a unique enemy. It's not to attacks, it's in general spells or attacks. Here it's more physical damage while at maximum frenzy charges. It's spells, whatever you choose to have it with. And here it's 40% increased damage if you've taken no damage from hits recently. So there's a little bit of extra damage that we do get in this build from doing this, as well as the max block from the Gladiator Ascendancy. So I'm Lucas D. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. See you later.